What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Fair Shake Podcast, episode 3. And as you guys know, I'm your host, Felipe Savage, and with me, as always, my amazing lineup of co-hosts. Chris, take it away.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Chris, aka Killer Ghost, hottest free agent in Call of Duty. Yeah, that's about it. Pro.
What's going on, everybody? This is Pro Daddy, also known as Daddy, also known as Darry. Finna get Mangu, no huevos. And this episode goes out to Kiev. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us today. He had a medical emergency, and we hope for his swift and speedy recovery. On to the show.
Nice. As always, man, introductions get me so hyped for the episode. Yes, let's jump right in. Pro, you got a topic for us today? Because I'm feeling like these topics are just gonna come out of nowhere. Let's go. Let's get it. What do you got?
So I want to talk about fit to fat, back to fit. So you know, guys, I don't know if you guys go through this, but I've been looking at my pictures from time to time, and I went as far as back as 2007. At that time, I was in high school still, and you're young, you got the metabolism speeds up. And then with life, in my case, I ended up getting married at 21, had some kids, and little by little, gradually started getting fat. Now, you don't really notice it as it happens right away. Typically, you notice it later on, like especially through pictures. And right now, maybe pushing like 270, 272. But my goal weight by September, realistically, is to be 220 if I could pull that off.
That's doable.
What's that? 9 months from now, 6, 7 months from now, 8. I'm doing the math.
8.
So I want to keep track with it, right? But what I want to do is, I don't want to tell anybody as I'm going. I don't want to be like, okay, great, look at this picture. I lost 2 pounds. At the 250 mark, that's when I want to be like, okay, that's when I want to start showing my progress. So I'll be like, 247, 244, going down like that. And I only say that because, like the first couple of weeks, the first couple of pounds is usually water weight.
Of course.
And to me, that really doesn't make a difference. I think once you hit the plateau is typically where it's hard. That's where you got to, rise and grind. And that's what I want to do. Like, I was looking at pictures, and I see this all the time. What really kills me, too, is when people go TBT. This goes back to our last week's conversation with, social media.
Yeah.
People were talking about TBT, what I used to look like. I want to go back to this look. Guys do it, women do it. I get the ones that had the kids. You understand? Like, I get it. There's kids. Some have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and some have 1 and look obese, and others have, 5 and look like they're still models. You understand? I think a big motivation for this is one is my health. This summer I turned 31, and the thing is, I don't really eat a lot. It's just I eat at the wrong times, or I'll eat a big meal to suffice like an all day hunger that I had, which is not good. And I also want to motivate you guys. If not Keith so much, because he's fit already.
Oh, okay.
Kid is a young god.
But, guy is 6 packs.
He's a Greek sculpture. But for me at least, I want to be able to keep myself healthy for the long run.
It's always good. It's always good to think about where you want to see yourself physically, because nowadays it's physical with the mental, so you got to get your mental correct.
Now that you say that about the mental, is like you really don't realize it. I suffered from anxiety and depression for a while.
Yeah.
And I really didn't want to share with everybody. That's like a stigmatism, like guys don't share that. Then it's gonna go on to a year now soon, and I just broke out of that show because no one's really gonna help you until you're ready to help yourself.
For sure.
And I want to be able to help myself, and I want to be here for my children. I want to be here for my wife. You know, I want to be able to look at my pictures and be like, damn, like that's what I look like a
Yeah, like that's
bus.
where I came from. Yeah.
I
One hundred
wanna
percent.
I wanna be able to, be a motivation not only to the listeners out there, but to my family, my friends.
Yeah, for sure. For
Um
sure.
I'm not gonna tell you sit here and be like, oh, I run for miles and don't get tired. I'm a stamina runner. You
Hmm.
understand? I'm not a speed runner.
Hmm.
But I would like to pick up my speed. I want to be able to, be good. So that's my goal. My goal is from fit. Now that I'm fat, I want to go back to fit. 220
Okay.
is my goal by September. I don't want to be skinny where I look like a like a crackhead. And at 220, then I could start toning out my muscles. Like really,
Yeah,
getting like the
for sure.
physical thing.
It's
Because
obtainable. 100%. I believe that one thing I know about you is like you are really like when you say something, you do it. No matter how hard it is
yeah,
to
for
get to
sure.
that thing that you say you want to do,
So my
but you're
my
gonna do
question
it.
to you guys
I
is,
believe it.
how would you guys go about it for yourselves, or do you feel like there's something that you guys could change
Mm.
or would like to do, or do it alongside with me where we check each other like, hey, you
Oh.
think this, that. So I'll pass it to Chris so Chris could do some talking.
So for me, it's like the same thing. Like high school, I was real slim. Like if you saw pictures, you wouldn't believe it. Like
Mhm.
I used to play when we played softball. I used to play center field like easy.
Mhm.
Now I can't. I doubt I could do that shit because that's like the best. That's where you
Yeah.
got to run the most.
Yeah. You
But yeah,
need
I used
that.
to be I used to be real skinny. Now I'm up there. So like when I was working overnights, it used to be. I feel like it used to be easier for me because right after work, I would go to the gym. It was across the street. I would be there hour and a half, come home, sleep, and then I'll get ready for my overnight shift. But now with this job, that I gotta wake up 6 a.m.
Mhm.
I gotta be there by 8. I work 8 to 3 most days. Some days 8 to 5. By the time I get home, it's 4 or 5 o'clock. Then I gotta shower. Sometimes I have to pick up my little cousin, and then it's like the day's gone. I don't really have time to go to the gym. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping as the weather gets better, and I want to start playing softball obviously every Sunday we play.
Yeah.
I want to start playing every other Saturday that I'm off, and
Mhm.
then also maybe during the week too, if possible. And I'm hoping that will get my body down. And what also messes me up is my job. I don't do anything. I sit down all day. So
Right.
if I'm eating, I'm not burning anything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like
that's the worst.
so as I've had jobs for a while already that is just me not doing anything. I mean, it's an easy paycheck, but it messes me up body wise for sure. Cause
Mhm.
I was check cashing and now security at a school. I don't do anything. So
Yeah, but again, like I think that the mentality you have behind it, where you put forth this plan of okay, let me get my physical like activities and exercise through something like softball, which is you get to like fellowship with your boys and whatnot. And I think that ultimately that's a really good plan for yourself. Like even though like you might not have it throughout the day, like your work day, you can't find a spot here and there. It's good to know that you mentally have that ability to say, you know what, so if I can't do it like this, I'm gonna still get it done like that. And not a lot of people
that
get that, and going into that, like that's really good, that's really smart, it
that
helps.
that plus not to cut you off,
No,
that
go ahead.
plus like what's also bad is eating out. I feel
Oh yeah, that's
like ordering like let's say here and there. Oh, you're getting Popeyes, you're getting McDonald's. That's the worst,
Yeah,
honestly.
that's a crutch. That
for
really
Um,
is a
sure.
crutch.
what else? Like processed eating, different. Like that used to be That used to be bad for me too.
Hmm.
Eating at like bad times or whatever. But now it's a little bit better because by 10 o'clock I'm asleep and I'm eating dinner by 6 7. So
Hmm.
that's a little bit better. But also I feel like the healthier things cost more money.
Oh, for sure.
Like the
Bruh,
stuff
a
that I could
For,
just take to work,
100%.
like a hot pocket or 2 hot pockets, that's $2. Like
for sure.
even though it's not good for you or whatever every day or whatever, this the cheap stuff that I could just put in a microwave at work and that's my lunch is the unhealthy stuff. Like the
Mhm.
stuff that's gonna be more expensive that's actually good for me is gonna cost more. So that's another thing too.
Mhm.
It's insane. It's insane how the world it seems like everything that's good for you, you got to pay for that. You got to pay top dollar for the stuff that's good for you. Everything that's bad for you, hey, a dollar
And
here,
hold up, like,
dollar
just
there.
to think, I want to mention this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
For like, I went like vegan, like
Hmm.
hard vegan for maybe 8 months, and I followed it to the T. Like,
Yeah.
avoided all the raw stuff and like, not raw, but like all the meats and blood and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I try to, everything was just straight. If it didn't come from a plant, I wouldn't eat it. You know,
Mm.
but it's like what then happened is like hanging out, going out to eat with my wife, going out to eat with my friends. It got hard. Like, I would sit up there and be like, "Oh, what can I eat? I guess a piece of air. Give me
Not a lot of
the air,
options. Yeah.
give me the air menu with the air on the side, and a cup of air, because literally that's what you can eat when you out.
Yeah.
But
What do you want to eat? Oh,
well,
I want to
since
eat
I
some
was little,
ice.
I really didn't really eat too much meat.
Yeah.
Um, it's just one of those things where I could live without. I rarely eat like cheeseburgers and stuff. But yeah. So, like, to Chris's point, sometimes eating healthy is actually more expensive
Hmm.
because
For
it's
sure.
organic. You gotta grow it. You gotta do all that. Then, at the same time, while I was reading vegan stuff, like all the things to keep some things vegan, you start reading what the hell is macetonipe and oxidide and color
Wow.
number 3 and all that.
Yeah.
So, to that point, yeah, it's difficult. It really
Yeah,
is.
for sure. And uh, for me, to your question, your fit to fat to fit question. Well, my entire life I've been fat, so literally I can't say no stories like, "Hey, man, back in sixth grade I was like 100 pounds." Man, that never happened. I was fat my entire life, dude. So like
But I don't know if you look at
that's
pictures of yourself as well. You are slim fat, but you're
No, no,
fat.
no. I was athletic fat. Like I was fat, but I can go in and play multiple sports for like 8 hours a day. Yeah, I could run, I could jump and everything. But I was always big. I was always fat. I was always like, well, not. I wasn't obese all my life. I was fat, and then I got obese, and then I am obese, and I'm working on that. But for me personally, and the way I got like this, and how it led to this point was a lot on the mental state of everything, where my mental was on and off for a while. And I try to be happy and everything, but like a lot of background noise tends to get to me. And it's like every time I'm on, let's say, like a diet or something, I'm so weak mentally. I'm weak. I'm like I'll be like, okay, so this month I'm cutting out, let's say, sugary drinks in general. Um, and dude, my patience is so low. My ability to control myself is just terrible, and it's just
Your
like,
will, your
yeah,
will.
my will, and it's like it eats at me like this thing, because like I don't know, but I've been looking into obesity, and I tend to hear that like it's like a disease.
Well, it
It's
is.
a
It is. It's one of
it's
those
a
things where, like, um, you know,
mhm.
again, I don't like to body shame anyone. I don't like
No,
to
of
shame
course.
them in any way, shape, or form. To your point of mental thing,
Hmm.
mental stability for a lot of people is hard, regardless of
Hmm.
whatever. One week it could be completely fine, and the next thing something happens, and it takes
Yeah,
a
for
toll on
sure.
you.
One
You
hundred
know,
percent.
to the point where it's like, okay, you find comfort in like food,
Yeah.
because those what is it called, the serotonin levels spike up, so your body's like, okay, I'm happy, so then you go and eat something that makes you happy.
Yep.
Yep.
Like, I'm
Uh,
notorious for being hangry, right? I'm the
hang.
worst person
Oh,
person
Oh
to
no,
talk
me
to
too.
when I'm hungry, because it's just like, you hungry, and then the moment you eat, from being hungry.
No,
You
for
stuff
sure.
yourself, and then you get this like, oh man, I'm hype or whatever. You know, for me, I don't get the itis, so I can't sit up there
Well,
and tell you that I go to sleep. For me, it's the complete opposite. I actually get the energy. I'm like Popeye, but
It
at the same
depends for
time,
me what I eat.
is like I get hangry. So
if you get hangry, I get sangry, nigga. I be sad and hungry, nigga. Like 1000%. Like and that's not to say like, man, like at the end of the day, I'm a fat guy. I like food. I like good food. But I do take it out of control. I take it out of like way over there. Like now I'm better because I'm doing this contest with my brother Nudie right now, and I'm doing better. Like I started meal prepping. I started drinking just water. I haven't drank soda for 2 years, but now it's just strictly water. Now there's no apple juice, there's no orange juice, you know. So I am doing that, like trying to get my mind right, and I think that like we have a competitive thing to it. Like, so I think that maybe is giving me a little bit more drive. So recently I've been trying to get from that fat to fit, and so I can't doubt myself. I try to motivate myself mentally every day to just continue to try and
yeah.
strive for something. You know,
So
you brought up the point of the kids and me having my son and my first boy. It's like, man, I want to be there to throw the ball with him. I want to be there to teach him how to throw a football and ride a bike and everything. And like, I've really been motivating myself. And like, I think that now that I have that, because I've always had a competitive mind when it came to my brother and Nudie. So we would just go back and forth at different stuff. Like maybe, yo, I'm better than you in softball, I'm better than you in football, I'm better than you in this, better than you in that. But yeah, that competitive mindset has really changed the way I go about my health. And it's like how it's being put is like, okay, if I beat him, he has to get me whatever I want. I think it's whatever I want, and weigh in is like March 2nd, so it's like every 2 months. So every 2 months we weigh ourselves. Whoever lost more that month, the other person has to basically deliver food to them. So obviously it'll be like a salad that he's gonna deliver. But I'm hoping that by March 2nd I've lost more than him enough to have him basically be my Uber and get me my salad. So yeah, I think that's been helping me to get to that from that fat to fit. And I think it's just a mental grind. Before it is a physical grind, it is a mental grind for myself. And I think other people out there, our viewers, our listeners, like if you're struggling to get your weight under control, you know, it's not always that physical grind, guys. It's also that mental grind, because I'm in there with you. And yeah, just keep pushing it, keep going, because I'm going to keep pushing it. I'm going to keep going. But yeah, that's my take on from fit to
yeah,
fat
that's
to fit.
pretty much my thing. So I'm good with that response from you guys.
No, yeah, it's an amazing topic. At first I was like kind of scared because I'm like, oh man, you know, like I don't have really a thing. But then I said, you know what, let me open up, let me really get in there. And I think I love that topic. I love that topic 100%. I have a topic for you guys. I have a topic for you guys, and I also have a topic for our viewers, our listeners. And that topic is, what game would you guys like to see remade? Like, it can be any game from any era, any system. Would anybody like to start? If not, I could take the floor 100%.
You can take the floor.
Okay, so me, at first I said, you know what, let me do the easy pick and pick Modern Warfare 2, because obviously Modern Warfare 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, and of course I would love to see that be remade. But then I was like, man, let me take a step back and really see all the games I played. And I'm not going to sit here and say I've played multiple games from every genre, but stepping outside of my shooter, like regular format that I always play, which is shooters, I played this one game when I was younger. And I said, man, this game will be so awesome in this day and age with these people that could possibly be in this game. And that is Def Jam Fight for New York. I don't know if you guys ever played this game, but this game is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, you could
I
play
like the
as
first one over the second one.
Yeah, I believe that's Fight for New York, and I think there's another one after that. But the game is amazing. Honestly, it's like you can play with like
And I think the last one they made out of that was Icons, Def Jam Icons.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And all the rappers you could play with back then, it was like so awesome. And then you get like this ultimate move, and you could break somebody's jaw and thinking it. The whole thing I was thinking about, like back then, you could play with like Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent and all these rappers, right? And I'm thinking about today's rappers. I would like to see Pusha T and Drake in the same video game fighting and like have these like ultimate fighting moves and stuff. I think that would be so dope. So
I
dope.
definitely wouldn't pick Takashi.
I'm telling you, it would be so dope though because it's like all these rappers
But like
now.
we're in the wrestling, like the finish was like we're over the top, like they'd like grab you by the neck and kick you in the nuts. Or,
Yeah, they were like,
yeah, I remember.
they were mad funny. I just remember a story, man. I was playing, and I was Fat Joe, I believe, right? And he just does like this rage move and just kicks you in the face. Like it was just so dope. Like that game now remade, like with this generation of rappers, this generation of like musicians and whatnot. That would be so awesome. I think that it will really be like something fun and something that you don't take too serious because like I think that's what we need nowadays in video games where it's like you have your serious games that you go hard in, you go sweaty in, and then you have something that you just dabble with, pop it in. Hey, you want to play some Def Jam Icon 3? I don't know, but I think that that's a good game. I think that that's my choice would be Def Jam Fight for New York. How about you guys? Chris, what do you think, Chris?
I got a couple, to be honest.
Talk to me, man.
They mostly, because I'm an RPG kind of guy, so they
Yeah.
mostly all RPGs.
Yeah, for sure.
First one is one of my favorite. Well, they all pretty much one of my favorite games, but Chrono Trigger. I don't know if you ever heard of it or.
I've heard of it, never played it.
Fire.
It has like the same artist that drew Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z. He drew that, so they all look like Dragon Ball Z characters. The main character looks just like Goku, red hair with a sword. You probably heard that people want him in Smash also, but yeah.
That's dope.
Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger. Legend of Dragoon. That's another one of my favorite.
Bro, PlayStation 1 classic. I love that game, and it had that like it was like one of the very few games where it had like at the time that at least that I can remember, like the interactive. You could press the timing of the buttons.
Yeah. To do like an extra attack and stuff. Yeah,
extra damage. Yeah,
like every character you had like this jewel that would turn you into like basically a dragoon, which is is like you fuse with a dragon, basically something like that. So that's an RPG. That's a PS1 RPG, and the last one is Skies of Arcadia. I don't know if you guys ever played that one. It's like
I probably did in passing, but I can't remember at this moment.
It's like you're pirates basically, but instead of the ship,
being on
water, it's in air.
Yes.
And you fly to like different islands and shit.
And I think like the first mission, if I'm not mistaken, or the first part of the game, like the people like jump on your ship, on your airship. Yep. Yeah, I remember.
Those are the three. Like they're all RPGs, but like if they ever even remaster, remade, whatever, either way, if they do something like how they do in Final Fantasy VII right now, which would be another one if it wasn't already coming out.
Oh yeah,
which I'm very hyped for.
Fiend.
But yeah,
if anyone knows me, they know that I love Final Fantasy VII.
If that's possible, then I think these three are too.
Yeah, I agree with you. 100%.
How about you, bro? What is a game that you would like to see?
Like Chris, I have a few actually. This is one series as I hold near and dear to my heart. Remember NBA Streets?
Oh, of course.
Fire. But
what?
The one that I'm wish that they remastered, not remastered but remade the game itself from top to bottom. I think they could really work now. NFL Streets.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That game was just fire. Like the way you would catch and just like juke somebody or do a trick off of them and or
that would be dope.
Do a hurdle off of them and then like spin moves were like these ridiculous like under the leg, and then passes were like behind the shoulder, or you could run off the walls to jump into the touchdowns.
Yeah, I
That
really like those.
yeah.
I think that game would be a great game to be remade.
That
So that NFL Streets. Another one that I think everyone played, and if you didn't play it, you probably lived under a rock, or you just didn't own the console, is GoldenEye 007.
Oh my god.
If they
oh
remade that game, right,
dude.
but kept the same gameplay style, but
Yeah.
remade it to, you know, like what ground up, I guess. Yeah, remake it from ground up and add stuff that works from today's games into
Mm-hmm.
that. I think would really work because not only could you do stealth stuff in that game, you could just go out, bang, 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 and
Mm.
like you could use proximity mines, you could use your watch, you could get the golden gun, get the codes. The
Oh
multiplayer
yeah.
game for that game was so fun.
The hat
Even if,
with the guy with the hat,
mhm,
one hit.
even
So
if you played like what's it called, split screen, because that's basically what was our multiplayer back then. It was just like we just look at each other's screen. Okay, meet me here, and then shoot the camera.
yeah.
That game was fun.
For sure.
Um,
Oh man, that's
Another
so
game for me would be remade. Jet Set Radio. I loved that game.
oh
Yeah,
I
that
had
was
it.
good.
that's the
We had it on.
rollerblades.
Yeah, we had it on Dreamcast, and then when Mom got us our first Xbox, um, we had got the one that came with the Xbox, the original Xbox, and I was addicted to that game. I think if that
Dude.
game was remade now, adding like different musics of that era and like that techno vibe, but like you get what I'm going with this.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it was just fun all
It was
around.
it was
Honestly,
a great game to play.
yeah, it was just like even just to play, like just to roll a blade around, it was actually pretty fun. Like that game was dope. That game was dope for sure. But
And
you were
then
saying
my last game that I would want them to remake is Siphon Filter.
never played it.
Yeah,
Well,
I've never been
so Siphon Filter for me was it wasn't quite Metal Gear in the sense. I think
Yeah.
that it didn't really catch a lot of people's eye at the time. I feel like not too many people know about it. Hence, you two guys. I was playing it on my PS1 Classic that I have hacked.
okay.
Um, and I was thinking to myself, this game had a lot of potential in it.
Yeah.
But probably remade now and keeping the taser, I think it would be really fun because there was this taser that you could use like shoot people, and then you'd hold it long, and then they like light up on fire and stuff. So those three games would be mine. Would be
That's
NFL
pretty dope.
Streets, um, the Jet Set Radio, and Siphon Filter. But
No, yeah, for sure.
I am excited for Final Fantasy VII. I can't
Mhm.
wait for that. The remake of Resident Evil 2 was phenomenal. I mentioned that in the first podcast. I can't wait for the 3. And I would like to see more games done this way. If they flop, give them another coat. Like not Metal Gear. God of War had the soft reset, right?
Yeah.
And they brought us to Nordics, and just that visual of over the shoulder, and you fighting this guy, smacking him up against the rock, boom, 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 and that set the tone for the rest of the game.
Mhm.
Um, and Modern Warfare with their soft reset, remade reset. I
Mhm.
think they went in the right, the right route by bringing something both nostalgic for the older players and something refreshing for the newer players. That I'm pretty sure most people that were playing the game were playing when you could slide, run, jump on the wall, do 1060 backflips off the beam, and then
yeah,
So yeah,
for
those
sure.
those would be my three games.
No, for sure, man. I think that you got yeah picks was amazing. Like I actually kind of want to play some of them now before if they ever do get remastered. Personally, just to stay on this topic just a little bit longer, I have a little backup question to that. Is okay. Let's say those games are remade. would you want it to be exactly the same as it was, or is there like maybe something you would change, like have an alternate ending, or something like that? Would you guys prefer it to be the exact same, or maybe like throw in an alternate ending in there? What do you guys think?
Um,
Go ahead,
yeah,
bro.
you go.
For mine, like, you can make them. I mean, get either way, I'll be happy. Honestly, I just want to play
Yeah,
them again. But
for sure.
like, I would like updated graphics, obviously, of
Yeah,
course.
of course.
As for the story, I think they work the way they are. Like,
Hmm. So
because
you
they're
wouldn't change anything,
classics.
just give us the graphical boost,
Yeah. That's how
or
I
some
feel. Yeah.
4K designs. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
because they're RPGs, so they're gonna take
Mhm.
30 plus hours anyway.
Yeah.
So the length doesn't matter to me.
Mhm.
The stories were good. Like maybe you could add more side stuff because I know now you could probably add more stuff to the disc.
Yeah, because
But back
that's what I
then,
meant. Like back then, those games were like so compact because they
yeah,
only had but so much to work with. Now we're getting games like 190 gigs. Gears of War 5 the other day I checked, or 4 was it? It was like 190 gigs. I'm like, what the heck? Like, come
yeah.
on. So like nowadays, that's what I was saying. Like me, honestly, like if I were to get, I want to like a different games, like an RPG game, maybe to be remastered. I would want them to, hey, whatever you guys thought y'all probably had to cut because y'all couldn't fit it on. I want that on this time. I want it remastered, revamped, and I want an extra, a couple hours in there as well. Me personally, how about you, Pro? How about you? Keep it the same, or would you want some extras on there?
Um, to keep it the same would essentially me be actually playing the same game. I don't want to play the same game.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep the storyline the same, change that up a little bit if you wanted. Because if you look at something like um Resident Evil 2, and I
Mm-hmm.
say this because Resident Evil 2 follows the original
Yeah.
game. You understand? But the way in which the battles are had and done, those were remade differently.
Oh, okay.
Um, segments where it had liquors, they added liquors to those segments. They added things that gameplay wise made sense. You understand? Final Fantasy VII, I can't wait for it because right now, if you tell me to play the game, I'd play it without skipping a beat. I'd know everything that's gonna happen. I could probably tell you, recite every single line from beginning
Yeah,
to end. You
that's what
understand?
for sure.
I legit own that game on my PC, on my iPhone, on my Switch, on anything you could think of. It's there, and I'll pay the 11, 12, $15 to get it. You understand?
Yeah.
But what I'm excited about with the make of this game is that now we get voiceover, and now we get to see like facial features. We get to see all
Hmm.
these things that you really can't see in the polygons that they had back then.
Oh my god.
But if I'm not mistaken, maybe like 32 polygons to make Cloud. I wouldn't be able to tell you now because I can't remember.
Right.
But those things I do think that they make a difference. Just seeing the trailer that dropped recently, bro. Oh my God, Red 8, fire. Seeing Barrett, his expressions, fire. Um,
Does it almost feel like a new game to you, like when you see it like that? Like,
It
because
looks
I've
like
never, I've
it doesn't
never
even look
played
like a
seven.
game to me. It looks like a movie.
yeah,
Wow.
it's definitely gonna feel like a new game to a lot of people. You
Uh-huh.
know, if they give me one option to switch between where it's weight system with a time base or like
They do have that.
yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna be happy, and if they let me be able to switch it to like action and stuff, I'll be
Mm-hmm.
happy just as much.
That's
Um,
awesome.
again, if it allows us older players to enjoy the game and to reminisce and be like, wow, damn, this is what you know. Imagine having this when I was younger.
Oh
You
yeah.
understand? But we're having it now and enjoying it. I think that that's a big win for me. So come the fourth 10 20, I'm definitely gonna cop.
Yeah,
For
April.
sure. Final
And then
Fantasy
when
VII will be
PS3
purchased.
PS5 drops,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna buy definitive edition. So
Mm.
I'm in there for
Oh,
the long haul.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
That's awesome.
being that it's in parts, I would like to see what kind of system they're gonna have set up where, or they're gonna just drop episodes as the game goes, and you play this chunk of the game, and then you pay X amount of price, or will it
Right,
be
right.
like this disc and you play all the way up to this part? Because rumor has it that you'll only go all the way up until the point where you leave Midgar.
I was just gonna say that.
Wow.
The whole game right now that they're making is just till you get to the overworld in the
Exactly.
actual game.
So I
So
would
they
love to see how
stretched
they
it
do
like
that.
crazy. So it's gonna be I feel like
So there's gonna be like Final Fantasy VII Part 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
4.
exactly.
Mhm.
Wow, that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope to see. Like if they change stuff like graphically as the time goes on, because
Because
I
the
think
thing
they
is-
already
I'm
changed
thinking
some
like
story stuff because
Yeah,
Right.
I love grinding in games. So if
No,
I
yeah.
grind out max grind in the part 1, will all my stuff carry over to 2? Will my levels
Yeah, that's
carry
a
over
good
to
question.
2
Yeah,
part?
I
You
would
understand?
think so.
That's what I'm looking forward to. So
Yeah, for
that's where I
sure.
stand on that.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
guys. I like your picks. That was a great topic. But viewers, listeners, let us know. Let us know. Talk to us. What do you guys want to see remade or remastered? And, get in depth in those comments. Let us know. But jumping on to the next topic, Chris, what do you have for us today?
Well, I don't necessarily have a topic.
Okay.
Mine is something for the fans, like getting to know you guys, getting to know us.
Hey.
It's a
I
couple
like
like fun, goofy questions, but they also get a little deep dive into you.
Okay.
So
I'm game. I'm game. Pro, you game? I'm game.
Absolutely.
Let's get it.
So,
pa.
the first question I got is, what's something the listeners would never guess about you?
My weight. 100%. Listeners, I sound skinny, but guess my weight. Guess it. How about you, bro? How about you? What would they not know?
I've never had a Philly cheesesteak.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've
This
never had a Philly
this
cheesesteak.
guy's insane. He's
Mine
insane.
is I hate mac and cheese.
Really? Even baked
Yeah.
mac and cheese?
Like if I'm starving and it's like part of like a bunch of other stuff like rice, chicken, I'll eat it little by little. But if it's just, oh, you giving me, oh, yo, what's for dinner today? Mac and cheese. I'm eating ice or something. I'm not eating that.
No way.
I'm telling you.
What? It's mac and cheese.
Bro, I
Dude, it's
can't.
mac and cheese. We're talking
I
about.
don't know if it's one of those things like I had it too much as a kid and now it like.
Oh, I got one of those. Mine's just chicken on the bone, like fucking drumsticks and stuff like that. I hate them, bro. I only eat my chicken cutlet, dude. That's it.
Oh nah, man.
That's it. I don't eat it with the bone. Nothing. Not at all. Next question. What's the next one? This is fun. This is awesome.
All right. This one is. I like this one. Would you rather be the best player on a horrible team or the worst player on a great team?
I mean, I'll take the worst because, like, I'm just here for the championships, man. Like, I don't care about being the best. I care about is my team winning. I'm a team guy all around. So if my team is winning, I don't care if I'm the best on that team as long as we get into W's. That's it. That's all I care about.
How much is the least a ball player makes in baseball?
What?
I want to say like double digits, like thousands, like maybe 25,000, 50,000, something like
Just to sit on the bench per year?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll do that. I'll be the worst player on the best team.
100%. How about you, Chris?
All the pros you get after winning, like what they give you champagne and a bonus at the
That's
end.
it. And you get like sponsorships.
Because being the best player on the worst team, that's you carrying that team. And if they take you out in any way, shape,
oh, okay.
or form,
I'll give you the exact number right now. The major league minimum salary is $563,500.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
No
sign me up right now. Who needs me? The Padres? Padres?
Bro, throw me on any team. I'm the worst player.
Come sign me, Padres, right now.
Me, I'm thinking it.
I'm playing in jock straps for 560,000. 100%.
If it's sports like for fun, like we play softball Sundays, it'll be I'll be the worst player. I don't care. I mean, I usually put myself last, always the last position, whatever. As long as we win and we have fun. But let's say if it's Call of Duty, like these Call of Duty teams, I'm trying to be the best player on the world. Like,
for sure.
Because I'm trying to stand out. I'm trying to I want to be able to talk my smack. But even though they're gonna say, "Oh, but your team sucks," but it's like, what about me? I could be the best player on your team. Like that's how good I am.
That's true. That's true.
That's how I feel.
I think the perspective in which you and how you say the question and then how we see it. So like me, I'm thinking just like in the sports world. Like as for that way, if I was, I would probably pick that way if I was talking about like video games. I would want to be the best. What's the next one, man? These are awesome questions.
All right, so this one's kind of easy. If you could eat only one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pizza.
I don't know.
Love pizza. Pizza gives me everything I need. It gives me bread.
Okay, is it like one? Is it one thing, or can it be one combination? Because mine's is a combination.
What do you mean combination?
Because mine's is white rice and corned beef. I love it.
Yeah, it could be. That's like a dish.
I love that. Like, give me that every day. I'll be fine.
Corned beef.
I ain't cat food.
What?
Corned beef is cat food, Tim.
What?
He's wildin'. Corned beef is top.
It's cat food.
No, it's not, dude.
With some maduro, the sweet.
Yeah, that's the Puerto Rican way,
dude. 100%.
And some avocados.
Corned beef is like top 3.
Avocado hits anyway. I eat avocados like if they're apples.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. One time, bro,
disgusting.
I sat in college in my editing 2 class, which I got an A+, by the way, top scorer. I can post the email for you guys to read it.
Wow.
But what you call it? I would sit down in my corner, bring an avocado, cut it in half with my classic fork knife, throw a little bit of salt.
No. He said like an apple. He didn't say cut it up.
Okay.
He said I eat it. I would.
An orange,
we need to get
like an orange
for the Fair Shake podcast. We need it for the one time. I would love to see my man's pro eat an avocado like an apple. We need that. We need to get that done.
Okay, I'll do
dude.
it.
Like
my food of choice would always be a pizza. I think pizza hits every time I eat pizza.
I
love pizza more than Chinos. I don't eat McDonald's, so I eat pizza more than any other fast food. If I see a pizzeria and I'm hungry, that's my default.
Got you.
It's tough. It's between either a nice cheeseburger or a steak. Is one of those two. I don't know. They're both up there. Yeah.
We talking
medium
well
rare.
done?
Medium rare.
We talking
well done. I'm not a hockey puck.
My best friend, he eats some steaks, right? And he eats it like he's a vampire.
No, man.
I absolutely hate seeing it because one time we was at a chain restaurant that I will not share because I absolutely hate it, Applebee's. And I remember we sitting across from each other, and I forgot what I got. I got something simple. I always get something simple. And homeboy's like, "Yeah, let me get a steak. Make sure that it's barely dead." And I'm like, "What?
What?"
The food comes out in front of us. He has a beer in front of him. I have
it kicked him right in the face.
And the moment he put his knife through it, bro, like you ever seen the movie Kill Bill when she just chopping arms, Volume 2?
Yeah.
And you see the blood go. Right, like anime blood, bruh. I seen him put the knife in and the blood squirted out, and I was just like, "Yep, you guys can take my food back. Put it up to good tray because I'm not eating this here." So yeah, steak. I hate steak. I hate looking at it,
dude.
So yeah,
you see, but that's extreme. That's literally raw. So like that.
I know I've heard a lot of people, some people that we've played with softball with, some people that we hung out that said that flavor is all there. If you eat it
medium
cooked, they said if you eat it cooked, you're eating rubber.
It's true.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not eating it well done. I mean, like, give me half a stage like before well done. I'm fine with that. But I'm definitely not eating. I'm not drinking the blood off my plate. That's disgusting.
What's the next question?
What's the next one?
another simple one. What's something you can't go a day without doing? Not including like shower, brushing your
Okay.
teeth.
I guess for me would
Medication don't count.
what happened?
I said medication don't count.
Yeah, meds don't count, bro.
I do need to take my meds. No, for me, something I can't go without every single day. Like it's stupid in a way, but I like to make sure that I organize all my stuff. Like I have a desk, and I need to make sure that my desk is always organized, and I do it literally every day right before I go to bed. So I would think that would be one thing
for
me.
For me, I read a lot. If I'm not talking to someone or I'm not engaged in something, I'm reading. So something I do every day is I go on Reddit and I read everything. I love reading stories about people's days. I like reading relationship stories. I love reading good stories. I just love reading. So every day I'm usually on Reddit reading, and it's become almost routine. Um I find Reddit to be reliable for a lot of things. I wouldn't say it's the to-go place for information because
Yeah.
fake news is everywhere. But for the most part, sometimes you know how you have media outlets like IGN.
Yeah.
I stopped going to IGN because I started seeing that you know they share a lot of what other things share, like GameSpot. You understand? So on Reddit, I'm able to read people's their thoughts or the way they feel about something in games. And Reddit, I don't know, I just Reddit is a part of my everyday. I can't function if I don't read something off of Reddit.
Wow.
Yeah,
Impressive.
for me, it's like my two is playing video games. Like if I don't play video games, like that's like my escape from like
Right.
everything else.
You feel
So,
off.
yeah, I feel weird, or I feel like the day was not wasted, but I have like honestly, I have such like a backlog of games I want
Right.
to like get through. Like I feel like I wasted my day if I didn't
At
play
least pop
something and like
something in, right?
go towards a goal. And
Yeah.
my other one is obviously talking to my friends, like texting you guys. That's an everyday thing. Like
For sure. Yeah, that was a good question. I like that question. What's the next
next
one?
one. What's something you never been able to do well? I'll
Plus
start.
Ultra. That's what I haven't been able to do well.
Oh man! Wow.
Let's get through these real quick then.
Yeah. Let's speed
So
round this right now.
my stuff I never been able to do well. Even though I'm tall, I'm shitty in basketball.
Oh my god, mine's is something I've never been able to do well. Has to be script. Like I would try, and it looks like scribble scrabble every single time. Like I can never get it right. 1000%. How about you, bro?
Something I'm able to not to do well is keep myself composed. That means that sometimes I have you know how they have those memes where it's like, is Jay-Z behind Beyonce? I'm Beyonce. I'm the one that's always like, no matter the situation, if I don't like
This guy.
something, I speak my mind. So it's holding my composure. I can't hold
Got
that
you.
well. Can't do that well.
Got you.
So I'm gonna cut it to this last. This is gonna be the last question.
All right.
What would you want people to say about you at your funeral?
Wow.
Is that good or bad, or just anything in general?
I would like to leave it on a good note, so good only.
Okay. I would like for like literally everyone to just say, man, this guy really made me smile. That's it. Like at one point in time, I made you smile. That's all I want ever. How about you guys?
Chris, you could go.
Me, I would say like same thing. Like I was a funny guy, caring, but most of all, like he was one of a kind. Like there'll never be another guy like him.
You are one of a kind, my guy. Got you.
Thank you.
I'll be that guy. How about you?
One thing I want people to say at mine is that he never changed. He was always savage and raw from the beginning to the end.
Oh, for
And
sure.
I I usually don't change my stance on things. I'm passionate about stuff, so I don't flip flop. I would like for people to be like he was a real one, you know.
100%,
Like
bro.
that.
A mentor to some, a legend to all. I would say.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So last one, because this is off the top, guys. Before we got to cut it off, because this was an awesome cast. What would you want, like piggybacking off of that question? What would you want written on your tombstone? Go ahead.
Um. Best looking Call of Duty player ever.
How about you, pro?
Finna get mango, no way woes.
Mine would be 100% wouldn't lie to you. The man was a good man. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for you today. But as always, we want you to know, have a great night, have a great morning, get going because you got this, and goodbye.